She had 3 boxes ready for me, right? I had to sort for that shit, man. And some of that stuff. Hey, good morning, everybody in the chat. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Good morning, everybody in those bushes. If you're in the chat, pretty much hit that like button. Like, share, subscribe, share it out if you can. Right now, we're here in upstate New York. You might see some snow, you might not, but man, it's a crazy day today. But I appreciate y'all being in the chat. Appreciate y'all rocking out with me if you can. Subscribe to the channel, share it out to all your trucker people. If you want to donate, hit the super chat. Donate for a cup of coffee. If you want to donate to the Cash App, you can hit the Cash App, NEWARK1972. Donate. Other than that, hit the like button. We'll get up this road. We got about an hour and 45 minutes to go to get loaded. on right now. We traveling 81 south, 81 northbound, state of Pennsylvania. What happened? I didn't know that. That's what's up. I was wondering why he was there. I seen that. Yeah, I see him on Sweet Max Beat at the Jets game. Yeah. Trying to get that. See what happened tomorrow. I'll run up in the bank. Huh? I know. When they hold me back, I get this in trouble. Yeah. I know. What are you not? Tell you something. The two biggest entities right now making fortune and millions off the people: funeral parlors and prisons. The funeral parlors, you know how much it costs to bury somebody? Woo! It costs arm, leg, body. It costs an arm and a leg to bury somebody, bro. That's the biggest fucking money grab. Shit. Now I forgot one more. Yeah, I forgot one more. Prison, funeral parlors, and child support are the biggest money grab, the biggest money scam in American history right now, man. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's why some people rather say, okay, insurance Funeral parlors found out you got a $500,000 to from 250 to $500,000 policy. They trying to get you to spend the whole 250 where you just go through the whole cremation part of it and spend nothing. Yep. Then it costs more money to bury somebody than to get wet. For them probably charge more to bury somebody than you have to get buried. Oh no, you ain't got no money. You ain't touching that body. You ain't touching that body. on some other dude named Pooh something, and he got 120 years. So now he's running his mouth with all the snitching shit. Like, how you know all the snitching information, bro? Yeah. Yeah. See what I say? An average job is paying more than trucking. I'm at Dunkin' Donuts upstate New York. Dunkin' Donuts starting at $17 an hour. They work at Dunkin' Donuts, but paying you $17 an hour to drive a damn tractor trailer. Well, that makes sense. And Dunkin' Donuts is offering you. Yeah, getting crazy. Offering you pension, 401k, school reimbursement, you know, and health benefits, complete health benefits. You get a job driving the truck. They're not offering none of that shit. They telling you, if you take this, then you don't get this. So if you take the $29 an hour, you can't take our benefits. But if you take the $20.50 an hour, you take some bullshit benefits. Now, that is crazy, man. That is crazy when Dunkin' Donuts is offering you the whole entire package, and you ain't even got to do the truck. All you got to do is show up and make coffee, show up and make a sandwich, picking donuts from the rack, making more than a truck driver. Yeah, yeah. And all they doing is picking it from the rack, making you a cup of coffee for $17 an hour with all benefits. And the trucking industry offering you shit, but putting your life on the line every time you go out and come. You don't even. It's like they said with a cop. The most dangerous job out here too, it ain't just an officer, it's a truck driver. Because you don't even know if you're gonna make it the fuck back home by the end of the day. You don't know that. You get out here on these open roads, you turn the key, you drive, you go into one destination, get back. You don't know if you're gonna make it back home. You know how lately I've been seeing on the internet with truck drivers unalive in the truck? I hate seeing that shit, man. A truck driver been in his truck 3 days and he gone. Nobody don't even know until they actually smell the trucker coming through the truck. Now they call the police, they break the damn window, truck driver in the truck, he out of here. He out of here, and the money we make don't even add up to you dying in the damn truck. The money you make don't add up to that. But everybody else is getting paid more than the truck driver, but the truck driver end up dying in the truck for 3 days. We don't get paid for this shit. We don't get paid enough to die in the truck, bro. But everybody else said, well, why should the truck driver make that much money? Because you don't know if you're going to make it back home. You don't know that. You just get out here and you drive it. Or you got an easy job. No, this shit ain't easy, man. But they say they say, you know, oh, what y'all complaining for? Nah, man, it's hard out here, man. It's really hard out here and shit. You think driving these highways are easy? Nah, you got a lot of show your mental driving these damn roads, man. Yeah, this shit ain't easy, man. Some of us make it look easy, but this shit is not. I've been at work on 33 years, man, and I still get nervous. I still get butterflies. Yeah. And, you know, especially, you know, shout out to them guys, shout out to them drivers in the Midwest. They don't just go through snowstorms, they go a fall. So you get through that shit, you don't know what's up. An asshole truck shoot down the highway doing 80 miles an hour, he get wrecked up. You don't even know. By the time you get there, you can't even brake. This shit ain't easy, man. This job ain't easy. Hey, good morning, Lucy. Good morning. Yeah, man, this shit ain't easy out here, man. This is not easy, man. People think because we out here driving these trucking very we underpaid, man. The trucking industry is underpaid. If you're an owner operator, company driver, lease owner driver, this shit is very underpaid, man. It's the most underpaid job in the world right now. But everybody want to do it. Everybody want to do it. People get out here and say, I'm going to make $100,000 a year. By the time you get your ass in the truck, you ain't going to see the kind of money. Nah, they want to pay you 50 cents a mile, 36 cents a mile, $1 a mile, $2 a mile. You ain't making no money doing that shit. It's very underpaid, man. It's the only industry that's underpaid, man. You get out here, they wait, what they say? You get hired, I'm going to wait 2 months to give you health benefits. Okay, within 2 months, you don't even know if you're going to make it past the first month because you in here breathing exhaust fumes through the, like, your truck's got an exhaust fume leak. The leak's coming through the vents. You roll the window down, you got a blow bar coming through the window. You in here smelling antifreeze, exhaust fumes, oil, all types of shit off the road. You don't know what's going to happen, man. You can be driving right now, the tree comes through and take that truck out. You don't know if you're going to make it back home. But for the pay they give us, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it, man. Not worth it, shit. Last time I seen sick, man, he was in a wheelchair. Old as shit, bro. He was sick, though. He was in a wheelchair with a respirator tank. Last time I seen him, I don't know if Sinbad still living or not. Yeah, I don't know if Sinbad still living, but he, no matter of fact, he appeared on some TV show, but he was in a wheelchair with a respirator and shit. So I don't know. Yeah, he lost a lot of weight too. He's like that, he's skinny as shit. He used to be a big dude. Within 2 months, they out the game. They're like, man, I can't do this shit. You know, you got here, you forced to drive. You get out here, get CDL, you're thinking that, well, I can drive 2 hours. That 2 hours ain't shit. They're gonna push you out there for 11 hours, get your ass to drive from here to California. All types of that, but all types of that. They don't care about that shit. You signed up for this. Then they put you on probation period. That once you don't fulfill their needs, they let you go. You don't drive a truck for 2 months. With no health benefits, no pension, no 401k, no nothing. But you go to Dunkin' Donuts and they offer you full benefits. $17 an hour at Dunkin' Donuts. Can't even get that shit in the truck. What do South's paying they drivers like $16 an hour? You drive a truck for Southson, but Dunkin' Donuts paying $17 to take you out to Dunkin' Donuts and become a manager and shit, man. Go back to school and let Dunkin' Donuts pay for that shit. Become a donut tech. Make more money as a donut tech than driving the damn truck. It used to be fun doing this shit. It used to be fun doing this shit. See what happened because I was listening to the FCA president and he talking about giving back to the truckers, so that might, you see what happened with that. And they talking about giving back to the truckers, they talking about upping the pay rate for the truckers. They talking about giving back to the truck drivers, so see what happens, man. I can't wait to see that shit. It used to be able to get down there $15,000, $16,000 driving from New Jersey to California. Last time I went to California, I mean $9,700 going from Jersey to California. The rate was 11,000. By the time I went and came back, I made $9,700. So you can still make money, but it used to be more than that. That's if you're out there doing it with your own truck. I gotta get some diesel this shit. Probably can make it all the way up, but I'm definitely gonna need some diesel. Probably can make it to the truck stop. I might be able to make it to the truck stop. Up here in Portland, and shit, get some diesel up there. But we'll see. I probably can make it right to Portland. Guys, the little lady, the little white lady, making, hey, I got this coffee. Oh, you got this coffee, baby. Can I get that? Before, I was like, can I get some coffee? She's looking like I was crazy. Now she's like, come on in here, you and your family. Like, oh, family, man. I can't go and get a little cup of coffee. Oh, they have all that shit, yeah. Yeah, they got state troopers. Watching, I don't know if it's AI or what, but they were showing, there was a guy, he was at a rest area. I don't know if he's a truck driver or not. He was at a rest area in the Midwest somewhere. Man, nasty ass. So he went to the vending machine. I guess he wanted to get like, he wanted to get like, what you call that cake with all the cream? Like a big ass flat donut with cream. Something like that. He wanted to get a cake, but when he zoomed in on it, it was maggots. It was maggots in the package, and he said, "No, that shit can't be real." So he zoomed in on it, and he paid for it. He dropped it out the machine, and it was maggots inside the damn cake. Some people saying it was AI or whatever, man. And we know as truckers, we don't go to many truck stops, and that shit be sitting there for years. Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to explain to my mother yesterday, like, anytime somebody going through some of these, stores, these food banks, whatever, look at the date. Look at the date what these food banks are giving you. You gotta look at the date on this shit, because this shit be outdated. Yeah. Yup, that food bank food be outdated. I know they want to take care of the people. But you take care of the people, give the people some updated good shit. You giving away food that's with expired dates on it. Or you giving away food that is going to be expired next month. Like mother showed me a bottle of a little container of peanut butter, and I was like, "Mom, you see the date on this shit?" She was like, "What you mean?" I said, "Look at the date on it. The date was outdated." I said, "That's 2024. They giving this shit away at the food bank?" But the lady said it was good. That shit ain't good. How you giving out outdated peanut butter and jelly to the people that you supposed to be helping out? You ain't helping them. You making them sick. You making them sick. You giving them outdated peanut butter and jelly. That shit just don't make no sense. That shit don't make no sense, man. You say you want to help the people, but that's go for anybody. If you going through something right now with the SNAP program, and you're going through something trying to put food on the table, if you go to any one of these food banks and any one of these churches, you better look at the date, because what happened is a lot of these supermarkets, a lot of their food go outdated, or it got about a month before it go bad. So what they usually do is push it out, and when the food banks and the church, they give them this shit. Now it's up to them how fast they're gonna push it out. Sometimes they can't push this shit out, or sometimes they hold it for certain people. So now you go home with all this goddamn food, and you start reading the dates. Most of this shit is outdated. The boxes are wet. The cans, even the canned goods be rusty on the top of the lid. So you gotta watch what the bread and, you know, ground meat and shit like that. You gotta watch it, because your ass gonna be sick eating this outdated bad food that these food banks and these churches are giving you, man. That shit ain't no good. Then you run to your ass to Walmart. Now we know from working at the port, a lot of Walmart foods come from overseas. How the hell, if you were a pork eater and you eating pork from overseas, that shit don't add up to me, man. You better get the shit at your local supermarket, but if you go, mostly Walmart foods come from overseas. Yeah. Outdated food in any damn thing, and you can't even do that. It's crazy because some overseas, a lot of those people get health insurance for free. Over here, you have to pay an arm and leg for that bullshit. So you can't even afford to go to the hospital. He might say you're diabetic. You be like, what? And start shooting your ass up. Now your ass ain't a diabetic. You be sitting there looking crazy like, I'm a diabetic, but I ain't got no symptoms. I'm good though. Now they start giving you all these pills before you know it. You all messed up with this shit. Before you know it, you got high blood pressure and shit. You tell me you got a person living 100 years, they never had high blood pressure. How was they able to do it? try to add to it and walk around it. It's when you go to the hospital and they start giving you all this extra shit. They start adding on to the shit with all these old medical issues they say you have. And they said you could be feeling fine. They said you was diagnosed with this. And you be like, well, how's that? I never had these systems. They start pushing that shit in your bloodstream. You start putting an IV machine, man. This shit ain't it. It's crazy. You'll watch how they say, oh, you can't eat too much fish. It's bad for you. You can't eat too much greens. It's bad for you. Yeah. But they say, oh, it's not too much iron in it. You can't eat this. You can't eat this. You can't eat this. But we got a supplement program. We got a supplement food process that you can eat this. Like, anytime they start making this shit up, boy, you gotta watch that, man. You gotta watch that. Because why buy somebody shit? And all you gotta do. Yeah. So all you have to really do is get a blender and juice your own shit. Put your own concoction together, man. You'll be alright. Other than going to the store and the doctor tell you about this, you can go get yourself watermelon, lemon, add some celery, add some juice, and put it all together and have your own shit. You ain't really gotta add no juice. You put all that from that. And then add apples and oranges. You can juice all that from that. Do shit that shit. But you ain't gotta be drinking nobody else's shit. But you know what you put in your system. Half the time now, people don't read them. People don't read them. They just buy it because it look good. It's popping. Oh, yo, that shit popping, yo. Oh, man, we drinking that shit. This shit popping. And what's in it, though? This was a new age where you never heard of Coca-Cola and you used to put out Coca-Cola, they'll ban that shit. And what's that? Why you calling it Coke? They'll ban that shit. If Coca-Cola was to come out, if Coca-Cola was to come out today, they would ban it. Yeah, I know all that, you know. Stop right now. It's gonna kill me with time. I'm already running behind already and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna get some fuel up and if I, like I said, as long as I make it a few feet so I can get through town and I get loaded on the way back, I'm gonna head to get some fuel up there. Yeah, I think that's important. See, you can try. That's a Canadian bus. You can try. Yeah, he had to put Toronto. Canada. Shoot. Bus drivers got it over too, man. They got to deal with people and weather conditions and people. Deal with snowing, crying, sneezing, sparking, gas. These truck drivers got to go through everything. Stories my brother be telling me, man, Georgia Transit. Man, that's a crime, man. I do a whole YouTube page called Bus Chronicles. Watching had on Instagram showing three brothers on the train. They got on the train. The way they positioned themselves, they were watching this kid. He took his watch, round phone, bag, money, robbed his ass. Yeah, they robbed on the train. He was just on their choke around his niggas. He do slid over there. So if they got one, they could look at him. He was looking at it. He wanted a mask on the field. It's exposed. Robbed that shit, man. He beat half to death. Oh, the one that got killed in the house. Yeah. they become a victim. Yeah, no. AZ talking about gun laws. AZ on the job, he's a gun owner, but he talks about gun laws and gun rights. Who should have a gun, who should not have a gun. So Monday I came to the job, he had a chrome Beretta. He pulled out a chrome Beretta. One loaded, pulled it out. He said, "Hey Jay, you like this?" I said, "What's that?" He said, "It's a chrome Beretta, nickel plated chrome Beretta." I said, "That's pretty young, man. I seen one of those for like $1,400 at the shop, the gun shop." First he just looked at me, he didn't say much. So I seen one of them. He said, "How much you want for it?" He said he went $900. I said, "Nah, a little too steep for me, but anything, man." I said, "Well, where you get that from?" He was like, "Well, you my son-in-law, you got a domestic violence case in the state of Pennsylvania, so you got a domestic violence case in PA, they take your guns. So they can say so. So they took the gun, and he's not gonna get it back, so he's trying to sell his guns to pay for lawyer fees." So I was like, that little too steep for me. It's just domestic violence, but I don't know. So he was like, "Well, what you think?" I said, "Nah." I said, I lift my shirt up. So I got one on me right now. So I showed him my Hellcat, my non-Hellcat. This motherfucker gonna say, "What you doing with that?" No, why you selling it? Huh? Hey, what you doing with it? Man, I'm likes to carry it. I'm likes to carry this thing. Yeah. As soon as I showed him mine, he was like, "What you doing with that?" Likes to carry it. Selling that shit. I got a gun. Yo, the look in his face when I showed him mine, it was just priceless, man. It was everything he wanted to say why I should have a gun. Everything he wanted to say, but couldn't say. So what's crazy part was when I had to go, you remember I had that letter for the school tax I had to go pick up? So I get there to pick up the school tax, AZ in there. So he like, "Hey Jay, what you doing in here?" I said, "Nah, I can't pick up these papers." I said, "What you doing?" He said, "I'm redoing my gun license." "Oh man, I did that shit already." He said, "You got one too?" Whatever, bro. I told you that shit before. You thought it was my bullshit. Yeah. I keep it strapped. I leave out for work. Come on. What the hell I live in? I live in the woods, but you never know. You might encounter a serial killer, crazy motherfucker, a bear, a wild deer, you might, a bobcat, a lynx, a fox, a coyote. Shit, you can encounter anything in the woods. But he was shocked. The look on his face, he was shocked to know that. I was strapped. He was shocked. And the first thing he said was, with the gun in his hand, "What you doing?" Nah, because you realize I'm gonna buy that bullshit. He's trying to sell it. Because in Pennsylvania, once they take your shit, and say like if they lift it or you found no guilty of domestic violence, you gotta buy your shit back. Pennsylvania sell it back to you. You gotta buy it back. So once they come to your house and confiscate your weapons, you gotta buy that shit back. Medical marijuana card, you got to surrender your CCW. You got to surrender it. Yeah, you can't have a medical marijuana card with a gun license. You gotta sprinkle that shit. But you can still drink alcohol. You can still drink alcohol and keep your gun license. But if you get an American marijuana card, you gotta give up your gun license. I should have asked. See the narrow truck going down the highway. I could have asked them what's going on up here, but most of the guys don't be on the CPs anyway. Man, put that CP in on that. They might be out of push. Basically, if you put like the big wires together, put a post in there, both the time you pay a fire, you can't squeeze it. But it's this little, it's a hammer slug. You put the wire through the slug, and it kind of like a needle point, and you smack it, boom, what it does is crank the whole thing together. I found out, I've seen this when I got it, but I'm gonna have to use it now. And I'm gonna have to do these wires in this truck. The posts ain't no good, they're not. That's why I pushed on like that. I had the battery check cables on that side, they wouldn't start. When I put them on the other side, the truck started. The crazy part, the one on the other side is the stronger one. On that side, you can have the truck running, the side that jump. You take the back post off that, the truck down. And the other side, you take the post off. One off, you take the ground off, the truck still running. 45-minute drive. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. See you in the building. I don't know how the weather looks, but it ain't snowing right now. Like I said, they salt in Pennsylvania, so I don't know how it's gonna look back through this. Yeah, sure dropping salt down there. So I don't know how the weather's gonna be this way. Yeah, it is cold. It is cold, man. It's cold out here. Yeah, right now it's about 33 degrees, but I don't know if it has some snow going on top of this hill. We'll see. But I know it's gonna be snow going back to PA though. They already salting the roads a little bit now. Yeah, it's cold out here though. Definitely cold out here. I done left the house, had to make a U-turn, go back, get my wallet and shit. Monday ain't start off too good, but hey, I made it work though. Yeah, you heard about that incident happening in New Jersey, right? The one that got shot, I think. Huh? Know how you coming off? Know how you coming off Freeway Drive and you come off 280 and you go to East Orange, you're only at the top, you make the left. You be down there going towards like Citrus Avenue, the fire department, all that. State troop, New Jersey State Troopers, I don't know if they was chasing the Acura or following him, but he came, they boxed him in. This is wild cats, man. They boxed him in and they was trying to tell him to get out the car. So while they screaming that it was being recorded, while they screaming to get out the car, allegedly they heard a gunshot. They had to shoot at least 100 rounds in that motherfucker. He was able to get out the Acura. He was running up Freeway Drive. Then you heard the big shots. Doom, 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 dumped on him. He fell straight to the ground. Boom. I don't know if he had a gun on him, but the way he was running, I don't think, because what happened was there was a lot of people out there recording. So some dude was like, "Oh, grandma, slow up." Somebody slowed up. You can see the dude running, tall black kid running. State troopers hit him twice, hit him 3 times. He dumped on him. Boom, 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 boom. So for the news said this morning that the dude survived. But the thing is, they can't say it ain't happened the way it happened because they got all the video. And this the crazy part. There was a black dude with his wife and 3 kids in a Mercedes-Benz. The Acura bumped the Mercedes when he came to their stop. All the cops was on top of the car, leaning over the hood, shooting through the Acura while the dude was in there with his kids. So you own my car, shooting at another car right beside me with my family and stuff. And right now all of a sudden everybody want to get involved because, not because of, they say he shot the cop first, because you got a family in the car shooting through the window to get to another car. Regardless of who was in this car, you could have got that family killed. But they said the dude shot first. I don't know if he shot, but all you heard was a small pop. Yeah, so all you heard was a pop. They said pop. You heard with them. It was a gunfight, but when he started running, they hit him. That's what they're trying to do. Yeah. This happened 2:30 Sunday afternoon. So now you had another dude in the car with his kids, and the dude's son was like, "Daddy, what's going on? What's going on? What's up with the fireworks?" He was like, "Nah, son, we gonna be alright." So what he did was they got that little divider before you get to the light right there in the middle where you gonna make a left, or you can't make a right there. You gotta go to the next block of the gas station that golf used to be before you get on 280 and bust the left. All those are condos out there now. All that shit's condominiums now. So he jumped over the curb, but you can see this. One of the state troopers, he go across the street. He doubled back, but when the dude got out the car started running, all you heard was the 3 big shots. Doom, doom. The last one, boom, and he fell dead on his face. Fell right on his face, but there was a lot of people out there recording. There was a lot of people out there recording that goofy shit, man. And they dropped him. So the lady said on the news today that he survived. Well, she said he was in critical, he was in critical condition. But now they got the GBI, the FBI. Now they got everybody, because when it's New Jersey cops shoot state police, they got to be highly investigated. But the day when he was running, if you look at the video, he got nothing in his hand. He has no gun in his hand when he was running from the police. But they dumped on him though. But see, no, they say he fired in the car. That's the thing. You heard one shot. They said that the noise came from the car. He's sitting in the car. You heard something go pop. That was it. So then you heard 100 rounds. And there had to be so many cops out there, man. all into one car, but they leaning on old boy car with his family in the car. Like the Acura passenger door was down there on the driver door of the Mercedes, but they shooting through the car to get the one guy, and with all of those rounds, nobody hit him. You shot 100 rounds through a damn car door and window, and he was able to get his skinny ass out and run down the street. Nobody hit him. But then when he started running, you walked him down and just dumped him. Just walked him down, man. Just dumped him. And he fell out, and he fell, and she didn't die. Or as what I know this morning, because I've been following the story, he didn't die. And it's all on Instagram. They show the whole, it's all on, it's all on Instagram and Facebook, man. Yeah, they show him drop on Instagram. Yeah, it's on Instagram. Yeah. Yeah, and you know you know who's showing a lot of murders too? TikTok. TikTok never used to be like that. You can watch hella shit on TikTok now, man. But they got them dudes hit the ground. But then you got another young man telling the other dude, yo, you got to be recorded? He said, yeah, I got to be recorded. He said, send it to my phone. This fool is on there, put on his own number on the internet. He telling them a number 210, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, why you put your number out there like that? But, you know, the kids don't know no better. Yeah, he gave his whole number out on the internet, but they ended up dumping. They thought he died because all you heard was 3 shots. They thought he hit him back in the head. So when they hit him, he fell right on his face. They thought he died, but the lady said this morning he survived the shit. But now you're going to have the sheriff department. Yeah, but see, the sheriff department going to have to go to the hospital to protect him. Because you ain't no good alive to the police. A police do police shooting, you ain't no good alive to them, bro. You gonna have to get the hell up out of here. Because if you pass away in the hospital, the only story they gonna listen to is the cop story. They don't give a fuck about yours. They don't want to know why you was being chased, why you was being pulled over. Why? They don't want to know none of that shit. Because now you can't put a gun on the scene because it's being recorded by. So you can't even drop a gun. And I'm just following this shit. Then sitting there, I was like, oh, jump out boys. This last year when the police got shot right there in Oak Knob about a year ago. When he got killed down there, they riding around, jumping out of a Lexus, chasing people with a Lexus and a Charger, jumped out and started shooting through the window. The young man that crossed the street, like 15 years old, he shot the police officer up because he didn't know they was cops. He thought they was jump out boys to rob them. The young boy ended up killing the police officer, man, 15 years old. And he was standing across the street by the gas station. But they jumped out of a Lexus chasing the guy's Charger. The cops, man. Yeah, man, this shit is crazy out here, man. I don't know who's more crazy, the cops or the YNs. I don't know who's more crazy out here, the young boys or the cops. that missed him in the car. They shot 100 rounds in the car. And he got out and started running. He wasn't limping. He was sprinting. He wasn't limping. He was sprinting when he got up that damn Acura. They had the Acura pinned against the guardrail and a Mercedes-Benz. And he was able to get out that driver's side window and take off running. And right there, they just took him. They walked him down. Right about that, they was bad as hell. 100 rounds, and you didn't even hit the target? This shit don't make no sense. 100 rounds and you missed. 100 rounds and you missed the whole target. We trained with the state troopers. And they training is crazy, man. They training is crazy. They training crazy, man. So, ain't no way the hell. You right by a car and you shoot down 100 rounds. There had to be at least 7 cops shooting, man. They was shooting from the back, from the middle, and from the side. Nobody hit the target. That shit don't make no sense to me, man. Oh, y'all need to put y'all guns down, brother. And that's how cops shoot cops, man. You know what I'm saying? Friendly fire. Y'all all shooting all over the damn place, man. Somebody gonna get hit. You know, bullets ricochet off car metal, you know, panels and guardrails. That shit fire back. That's how cops get hit. And then you know who they gonna blame it on? You. Because a cop bullet ricocheted and got taking out another officer, they blame you because we was shooting at you. So now you gotta go down for this. You know how many dudes are sitting in jail right now for friendly fire? Man, it gotta be a huge number, man. Guys are sitting in jail right now for friendly fire. The officers shooting other officers. Yeah. Sitting in jail for that. That's like the incident happened years ago. This happened years ago in Camden. I think dudes went out. If they went out to rob a store in Trenton, New Jersey, they took a police chase in an old school car. I don't know what that had, Delta 80 or something. They ended up in Camden. A cop ended up shooting another officer. This was years ago. In the 70s. The dude ended up going to jail and did 20 years. And got somebody to go look at his case and they ended up letting him go. But he did 20 years. Because he was involved, because they chased them, allegedly they was involved in a crime. But because it was a part of the whole incident, he ended up getting 20 years. It make no damn sense, man. It make no sense. getting veggies from other countries, and to preserve the veggies, you gotta hit them with wax, insecticide, all types of goofy ass shit, just so they can make it over here. Like, why are we eating veggies from Brazil? Why are we eating veggies from Costa Rica when we grow that shit here? I would never understand, man. That's part of the tariff. That's part of the whole trade and tariff and all that good stuff. I know. And I see, you might click for this. Now you remember, but they used to have the agriculture and sealand on the docks, and we had to go get the reapers for the docks. And you remember the trouble window was on the dock. There was a container with all the packages. It was food going to Walmart. This is why I don't buy food at Walmart. I buy no meats out of Walmart. No beef, no nothing, no veggies. I cook some nothing. What happened was, the boxes came falling out of the door. Now, U.S. Customs, they open the door. They break this open the door. The boxes, the meat come falling out. He takes this long ass rod. He doesn't carry the pole with the point on it, right? He pokes the meat. He pulls it back. He smells the steak. The damn dog pissed on damn near the whole thing. Every box was in the front. The German Shepherd started peeing. He picked the box up. They packaged it, closed the door, put a seal on it. Ain't no way in hell I'm eating that shit, bro. Ain't no way in hell. And that's what's what happened when a lot of these foods come from overseas. Some of this food got to go through agriculture. It got to go through U.S. Customs. U.S. Customs get it. They cracked them doors, they got them dogs sniffing. And they poking the damn food. They'll wrap it up, close the doors, and just send that shit on its way. You don't know. That's like, yeah. That's the same as you haul cars and I haul cars. A car fall off the goddamn rack, they send it to a shop, get it fixed, it's 0 miles, and still take it to the damn building. You would never know your shit fell off the damn car cabinet. Yeah, they'll package it back up and it's sitting on the front line. And you wonder why you're the only car out of a million cars that got these problems and you don't know why it got problems. It happens a lot in the industry. But that's why when you Walmart shit. Because they let these dogs and it's food coming from overseas. You ever notice that Walmart sell a lot of pork? If you're a pork eater, that's you. But Walmart sells a lot of pork. A lot of that shit. Yeah. Yeah, Walmart sells more pork than a goddamn pig farm. And all of that pork come from overseas. A lot of that shit come from overseas. So why would, if you're a pork eater, you can go to your local butcher, your local supermarket and get that. But when you're going down to Walmart and Target on them, all that pork is coming from overseas. You don't know how they treating that shit. You don't know the machinery that pig got to go through with a leaking hydraulic fluids and all of that. Yeah. Because if you got food and food products going through machinery, and machinery got a broken hydraulic line, got a leaking fuel or antifreeze, whatever, water, dirty water, they drop it in the food. So then they have recalls, but you don't know why. Because all this stuff is being chopped and packaged overseas. That's why when you hear a lot of people that say, when they look at their food and look at their product, if it don't say with the rodents, yeah. We see a lot out here, truckers. We see a lot that people would not believe those are the stories we talking about. We see a lot out here. Especially a lot of these cereal companies too. They got a bad infestation of rodents. You know, a bad one and shit. Man. Like I had to go to the plant up there in Kellogg, make the cereal up there on Rochester, New York. They sit right there on the damn water. Same thing with Boca Salt. They sit on the road. They on the water. They deal with big ass water rats, man. When you back into a door, and you notice that, like I used to go to Boca Salt and Kellogg. When you back into the door, and the truck driver, no, you look on the ground where the wheel truck at. That cage, that rat cage be huge. I ain't never seen a rat cage that damn big, bro. To catch a rope. That tell you what's in the side of the building. Yeah, they dished that there. They picked that. Somebody dished another day cab. I saw the other two day cabs yesterday. They got a day cab right here. They put this pulled that between the guardrails. Okay, Bob telling me shit. That's the thing. You gonna see a lot of those Amazon that shit be this time. Yeah, man, you be surprised to see. That's like one place I went through that was so clean. Sam Manuel's Beer up there in Rochester, New York. Now you go up there. They plant is clean. You won't see no rat traps and none of that shit. When you go to Kellogg Foods and make your cereal, and you go to Boca Salt, man, those rat traps be, man, you can put your whole sneaker in that motherfucker, man, size 12. That's how big the cages be, man. They be about 12 to 13 inches long, about 4 inches in height. You be like, damn, what the hell is in there? You'd be surprised, man. We see a lot out here, man. It's just that if we tell these stories, won't nobody believe us, because we just some truck drivers. And rats be the size of their Chihuahua dogs. Yeah, you know, right? 100%. Yeah, it's crazy out here. People understand what we see out here, man. People wonder why the food making them sick like that. Nah, it's you know, you got rodent pellets, you got insects and shit. You got all types of parasites that's be floating around and shit. There's a lot goes on out here. That's why I say if you can grow your own, eat it, man. You grow your own product, eat it. You have a farm where you into eating pork, beef, whatever. At least you know on your farm, you know what your animals are eating. You know, when you start eating all these foods coming overseas, You don't know how they prepare that shit. You don't know if whatever meat you eat is going through a machine where as though the blades are clean. You know, the blades ain't running with hydraulic fluid. And it's snowing out here, that shit. You gotta be careful of it. That's like taking an onion, right? You can take that's like taking an onion and a potato, right? Onion and potato, for example. You can have a perfect looking potato, a perfect looking onion, and cut right through the middle, and that shit be rotten in the core. Rotten right in the core, you know. It's crazy. It's crazy. But you be like, damn, now you gotta take the knife, wash out the knife, wash the blade off really good, and throw everything in the garbage. It happens. It definitely happens like that. It definitely happens. You can take a sweet potato, you can take it, and I say taking a bell pepper. You know, you'll take a bell pepper and it look perfect, you cut it, it look like it got suds in it. You know, you end up doing a lot of food away, but some people don't check their food, and then take a baked potato and throw a baked potato in the oven, and then will sit there not even paying no mind, and you take the first bite, you done swallow some shit. Now you sitting there coughing and gagging. No, they cut that thing in half, man. She was in it. She was in it. There's a lot of bad foods out there. People consume, they wonder why they get sick, man. Wonder why they get sick. Wonder why they get the shit and they say, oh, my stomach. You know, it's some bad shit. That's like one day, right? I was, oh, you got no fear to get there. I linked up with this female over here in Big19th. And, she has some muscles. She has some muscles, right? So I went over there. She had a little cookout, whatever. But then the muscles, I don't know. She put them on the grill, whatever how she prepared it. And I had a problem with it. I ate a couple of them. I woke up 2 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't breathe. So I'm trying to tell her that my throat is closing up and I couldn't even talk. I was sounding like a robot, and I'm telling Shorty like, yo, my voice is messed up. It's something I ate. And she started laughing like it was a joke. I said, seriously, I think the mussels that I ate fucked my throat up. And she started laughing like it was a joke. So I started getting pissed. Then I got really, really nervous, man. Then I started, I got hot. I started sweating and shit. And I got tears running out my eyes, but then at that point, I couldn't speak no more. I looked in the mirror. My eyes got big. My eyes looked like I had it looked like she was beating the shit out of me in the middle of the night. My eyes were swollen. My nose got big. My lips was big as fuck, bro. Yo, I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, look at my lips. Look at my lips. I couldn't even speak. Man, my lips was big as shit. I'm like, look at my lips. She was sitting there laughing. I'm pissed because I got tears out my eyes. I'm sweating. My lips was fucking huge. So I grabbed my car keys. I jumped in the car. The only place I know to go was, and I didn't even know the neighborhood, because now mind you, I'm in Binghamton, New York. I don't know where the fuck I'm at. But I was able to find the pallet. I went up in the pallet. I bought a box of Benadryl. I took 3 of them motherfuckers. I went on the side where the truck's at, parked the car for a little while, man, closed my eyes, man. And then I started seeing my eyes, the swelling in my eyes went down to the point where I could see. Man, I was on a highway driving back home, man. I was doing like 65, 70, man. I didn't give a fuck how I pulled over, bro. I was hoping to get pulled over so he could take me to the hospital and shit. By the time I got home, I was able to see. My lips done went down, man. I ain't never called that motherfucker back again. I said, man. And Shorty was doing this shit was funny, man. And I didn't know I was allergic. I don't know if it's because I ate clams before, but I never eat mussels, but I ate clams, shellfish. But it's just, I think it's the way she prepared them. Man, my whole face was swollen, man. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. I'm pointing at my lips in the mirror because I can barely see. And she was sitting there laughing like this shit was on. Never even once offered to help me out, man. She never offered me no you need any pills, ambulance, hospital. She thought this shit was funny, bro. She thought it was funny. It was a joke to her. It was a joke to her. I could have fucking strangled her ass, man. It was a joke to her. And I got up out of there. End up in I went to the pallet, got the Benadryl, took 3 Benadryls, closed my eyes for a little while. I was able to see. I jumped on the highway, man. I was out, man. I was out, man. I said, nah, I ain't doing this shit. I ain't doing this shit. Now, last time I was seeing her, they see it, snubbed her, blocked her, all that shit. All that, man. So, nah. You have to watch what you eat out here, man. Watch what people feed you. You're gonna see somebody prepare some food for you, and if you can't, watch them cook that shit. Because that shit could have ended wrong, man. It could have blocked off my, you know what I'm saying, my passage while I was breathing. I could have passed out, man. You gotta watch when people feed your ass too. She thought that shit was funny, man. She really thought that was funny, man. I'm sitting there, I got tears coming out my eyes. I couldn't talk no more. I'm sweating bad. I got sweat coming off my head. And it was cold as hell outside too, man. I'm sitting there sweating. I can't breathe. I can't talk. I can't speak. And she thought it was funny, man. Thought that shit was funny, bro. She thought that shit was funny. And I can talk about it. I can talk and laugh about it now. Shit wasn't funny that day. I told you that day what happened, man. I fucked up. And I was done after that day, man. I said, nah, I ain't doing shit. And then she texted me that day. She was like, well, I know I guess I ain't gonna see you no more. I ain't even respond, bro. I ain't even respond to the text, man. I could have passed out. Lost my life. The last thing I'd have seen from you was a big ass Kool-Aid smile laughing and shit. Laughing. It's the last thing I seen. She was just sitting there laughing. She was laughing hard as fuck in my face, bro. She grabbed my keys, I got the hell up out of there, man. I was able to make it to my car. And I'm like sitting there like moving for my keys. And I finally found my keys. Then I had to take the locks off the door. She was standing by the door like, don't leave. I know don't leave. But she never said she would call the ambulance. Nah, man, I don't know if she was trying to take my life that day, man, but I got up out of there. I got up out of there, bro. Yeah, I forgot they were on the bridge. Yeah, they were on the bridge. They got one lane rules up there. Get the green light, baby. Let me get that green light. lights in the damn bridge. You put that shit. Add some lights in that shit. Let that bridge go up. Yeah, we got about 12 minutes away and shit. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody in the chat, man. I know y'all hear me rambling and shit, talking about my trucker stories and shit, but make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Share it out if you can. If you want to hit the super chat, you can donate for a cup of coffee, whatever. You know, if not, just hit the like button, share it out, man. I definitely appreciate you share it out. Let the people know we live out here. They got me crazy. I gotta do that today, definitely. I just thought that was beginners right there. I just thought that was a methanol place. But you know, a lot of these towns I go in, especially upstate New York, they got a lot of methanol clinics. Right? They got a lot of drug clinics up there. A lot of drug clinics, man. But that's a credit union and shit. I always go beginners when it's clinic. They got out here. I just knew he was gonna stop me, bro. I knew shit. Okay, they some truck heaters. Alright. Let me get around here and shit. Down here, there's some flat tires and shit. I know homies and shit over there now. They fix some flat tires and shit. Lit up just a little bit. I was thinking too close. I'm supposed to scream up. I see you there, buddy. Looking at the truck. His homie over there fixing two flat tires. University. Over here, you better be doing 25. Cops out here different. 1890, the cops out here different. They said that castle right there was built in 1890. That shit still standing? Shit. You know, another one right here. This is an old castle right here. I don't know what's the year date. That one say 1890. This is a Delta house right here. Building still got to stand. The structure built different back then. Shit's still up. I bet you the inside that thing is beautiful. That's what I'm gonna do next year. I'm gonna fence the whole house. Yeah, I'm gonna fence the whole thing. Might go with the plastic, wood. I'm gonna fix the whole house on. So my dogs can start to, you know, I still got those. We just run around. I want the whole landscape and rip everything up, trim the trees back, just fence everything off. sun's back out here. That's what's up. Something over there, yeah, but I got enough fuel to get back to the truck stop and be hit. I feel like stopping, man. But I know, man, you stop, you're going to kill 20 to 30 minutes easy. Just stop. Walking around, getting view, go inside, getting coffee, looking for this, looking for that, doing this. That's how you don't came back out, get out the truck stop, you're going to kill 30 minutes. Right now, I got the time and the truck ticket is fast. It's active tickets. It's nice snow now, but I know it's going to snow crazy when we go back. Yard. I just got the container. It's only one you know what. Destination. Appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Appreciate y'all staying in the chat, holding it down. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. You know, anybody over there? Anybody over there? I see somebody in the door. Somebody in the door. And if you don't get on the scale, or somebody else get on it. Go ahead. paperwork. Phew. Yeah, I like the paperwork. Got it. Yep. Yeah, my dad's texting me we running here real quick. I forgot to do paperwork. Let me text me first. Can you text me the pickup number? head back in the door. Jump out over these doors. Appreciate y'all sticking around. Let's open these doors real quick. Myself right here, bitch. I see you in there, the Mama B. I see you up in there. Yeah, a lot of weird things with food. We kind of trash. So Ethan in here. Hello, where you at? Yes, I'm in PA. Definitely. know what the fuck. Facts. Who's this? While I'm in the left lane like that, sometimes you gotta do it. Well, that's the left lane in the beginning though, but I'm about to go ahead and end this live. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Yeah, we're gonna end this live, but I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go back in the back real quick, come back up front, but appreciate y'all rocking out. Peace. Stay safe out there. All my drivers out there, stay safe, drive safe, because a lot of weirdos out here with this weather, so I want y'all to get home safe, all right? Get home safe. Peace.